The night is deep. In the dark valley surrounded by mountains, the Chi Tower stands silently, as if defying time. The roar of the dragon still echoes in the cool air inside the ancient black stone tower. Many years ago, the Yen dragon was sealed here, a strange creature whose breath is poisonous and whose saliva contains miraculous power. It is said that the dragon's saliva is the only medicine that can remove the curse inside the human body. But entering the tower means death. Lingdong still defies that fear and stands by the tower. There is concern in his eyes, because a mysterious poison has spread throughout his younger sister's body, which is slowly absorbing her vitality. He knows that there is no other way but the Yen dragon's saliva. Suddenly, a voice came from the darkness. "Disciple of the Yen Gate, have you secretly come to my Chi Tower?" Lingdong was startled. Standing in front of him was Masterian, the guardian of the tower. His eyes were shining with blue light, as if the magic power inside him had emerged in the darkness. Lingdong quickly lowered his head. "Masterian, forgive me. I just came to protect my brother. He has no discipline in his body, he has become reckless. I was busy dealing with the monster, but I couldn't pay attention to my sister. Now I just want to save her with a salve." Masterian smiled coldly. "You are young, but not ordinary at all. You have survived in so many dangers. I can smell the mythical amulet inside you. You know, without that amulet, it is impossible to completely destroy the 7 princes." Lingdong fell silent. He didn't want to tell anyone about the amulet. But Masterian seemed to be peering into his chest. "Listen," Masterian said seriously. "Your sister's poison can be removed with the saliva of the Yen dragon. But in return, you must swear an oath." "Oath?" "Yes. I will give you the amulet in exchange for the one you are looking for, the one you want to save." Lingdong's chest trembled. The amulet was the last inheritance of his family. But he hesitated as soon as he remembered his sister's face. At that moment, another voice came from behind. "Give me that amulet before I take her away." Lin Langxian, an influential disciple of the Magic Society, stepped out of the darkness. A smile on his lips, coldness in his eyes. "Why are you here?" Lingdong frowned. Langxian said, "Because we know you're here." "It can't be hidden, Lingdong. The saliva of the Yen dragon is not easy. And the poison in your sister's body, it's not ordinary. If we want it, all your hopes will be over in an instant." Lingdong's hands clenched into fists. But he knew that those standing in front were all strong. Just fighting recklessly was of no use. Just then, a roar came from inside the tower. The walls began to shake. A mixed smell of fire and ice spread through the air. "The Yen dragon is waking up." Masterian frowned and said, "There's no time. If he wakes up completely, none of us will survive." Longshuan's eyes sparkled. "Then we have to get the saliva out quickly. And Lingdong, if you help, maybe your sister will survive." Lingdong shivered. He felt like everyone was using his sister as a tool. Just then, a shadow jumped from behind. "Run, Lingdong." It was his friend, the fire python tiger, a monster that had taken human form. Fear in his eyes, but determination on his face. Lingdong shouted, "No, don't hit him. He has helped me many times." But by then, the battle had begun. The Chi Tower shook with a magic explosion. The walls were collapsing, streams of fire were rushing in all directions. The fire python tiger roared, "I am fighting for you, Lingdong. Now find the saliva." Lingdong seized the opportunity and ran inside the tower. After crossing the broken stairs, he reached the mouth of the cave above. There, a crystal bowl placed on a stone altar was glowing with a crimson light. This was the saliva of the Yen dragon. As soon as he raised his hand, a sudden gust of wind threw him against the wall. Opening his eyes, he saw the huge body of the Yen dragon in front of him. Its eyes were burning like fire. Poisonous smoke was coming out from between its teeth. Lingdong held his chest and stood up. He felt that if he failed now, not only his sister, but the entire village would be destroyed. He took out the amulet. As soon as the light spread from the amulet, the dragon's roar stopped. For a moment, the dragon's eyes showed hesitation. As if he recognized the amulet, Masterian suddenly appeared and shouted, "No, don't use that amulet. It will awaken even greater danger." But it was too late. The light from the amulet spread, and the tower began to shake. The sky cracked and thunder fell. Langxian smiled from a distance. "This is the real game. Now let everyone see who the mythical heir chooses." Lingdong gasped and picked up the saliva cup. But the dragon's roar was heard again. He knew that the real battle was about to begin. The dragon's roar seemed to pierce the sky like lightning. The walls of the Qi Tower were bursting, dust and stones were falling everywhere. Lingdong stood clutching the pot, a strange turmoil in his chest. The red light-sparkling liquid in his hand was his sister's last hope for life. But the yen dragon did not stop. With the flap of its huge wings, the wind rushed like a whirlwind, and immediately a wave of burning fire. Lingdong quickly rolled to the side, but the heat made his clothes burn. "Before you kill me, at least let me take this," he roared, clutching the pot to his chest. A strange glint suddenly appeared in the dragon's eyes. He roared but did not strike, as if the combined power of the amulet's light and saliva was distracting him. Just then, Mastrian stood in front. A huge magic circle rushed out from his hand, blocking the dragon's fire. The surrounding area became illuminated. "Lingdong!" The Mastrian voice thundered. "Leave the tower now. Take the sword and escape." "But you?" "My job is to guard. Your job is to protect your family." Lingdong hesitated, but he knew that wasting time would be the end of everything. He quickly descended the tower's stairs. Behind him, the roar of battle, the sound of thunder and magic explosions shook his ears. When he reached the bottom, he saw Lang Xian and his companions had surrounded the fire python tiger. His friend's body was bloody, but he was still fighting with gritted teeth. "Lingdong!" The fire python tiger gasped. "Run. Don't look back." But Lang Xian smiled coldly. "Did you think you could leave so easily? Our society wants a saliva, an amulet. Nothing more." As soon as he raised his hand, magic like a flame rushed towards Lingdong. In an instant, he raised his amulet. A wave of light spread from the amulet and repelled Longshuan's attack. The explosion shook the surroundings, and Lingdong ran out of the tower in the smoke. There was still smoke and fire in the night sky. Lingdong came to a stop in a dark forest, panting. He held the pot tightly. His hands were shaking, his body was tired, but there was an indomitable determination in his eyes. He said to himself, "A few more hours. If I can deliver this to my sister's body, she will live." Just then a little girl, his sister, Zhonglan, came out from behind a nearby tree. "But this is impossible. You're supposed to stay in the village." Lingdong was surprised. "Zhonglan? How did you get here?" The girl's eyes were red, and her lips were twisted with a twisted smile. In an instant, her body changed. Her true form was revealed, a demon disguised as an assassin from the Magic Society. "Do you think your sister is still alive?" the demon said in a cold voice. "No, the poison in her body has become so deep that it will stop at our beck and call. If you want to save her, give her the amulet." Lingdong's chest trembled, but he knew that this was a deception. His sister was still alive in the village house. This demon had only come to weaken his mind. He clenched his fist and replied, "The amulet is the blood inheritance of my family. I will not sell it to anyone in exchange for it, and I will fight until my last breath to save my sister's life." At the same time, he drew out his sword. A fierce duel began in the night forest. The flames, the ice, the thunder, all combined to make the surroundings seem like a battlefield. Finally, after a long battle, Lingdong struck the monster with his sword and threw it to the ground. It turned into ashes and disappeared into the darkness.